right, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, and not in that order to people all around the world. Welcome back to the finale, pretty much. Not the last match, but the last two matches of the weekend of the round of 16. We have a winners bracket match here. The United States versus Turkey. Seed number 4 versus seed number 13. Turkey coming off of quite a win against their opponents last weekend. My name is Luminite. I've been joined by Yongin today. How are you, sir?
Yeah, hello. It's midnight here, but I'm still down against USA versus Turkey. A little bit more one-sided match on paper compared to the last one, at least. So, and we have quite a bit of sweeps this weekend, and I hope we don't see more sweeps. So I'm definitely hoping for at least a singular point for at least 1 point for both teams. But honestly, on paper, I definitely benefit USA in general. But Turkey does have some really nice scores on Hard Rock, DT, and Speed in general. So maybe able to take a point or so.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're definitely... I would say I don't do pick'ems because I always forget to do them. But if I were to do one, I would have put this at a 5-1. I do think Turkey's going to be able to get a point off the United States, and I do think that the United States is probably going to have an easier time. Although it's worth noting they're actually down a player this weekend. They're down Silver Tyrant. So they're going to be playing with a 5-man roster against Turkey, and that might have something to do with the fact that they're deciding to ban Hard Rock 2. Turkey deciding to ban Hidden 1. But I think that this is going to be one of those matches where you look at the score and see 5-1, and it's not going to do justice to how close the potential it could be from point to point. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how these two teams compete against each other, and for maybe the 10th time this weekend, we're starting it off with no mod 4.
That news that Silver Tyrant is actually not playing actually gives me a lot more hope for Turkey, at least to take a few more points, or only just one. Especially, I think Turkey's attack points will be mostly on the picks that Silver Tyrant has to play. So that might be a good news for Turkey. But we'll see. No mod 4 though is definitely not their cup of tea compared to the last few weeks. And however, this week's one is a lot more accessible in my opinion compared to the last 2 weeks one. This one is the gimmicks are a lot more clean and a lot more separate compared to last few weeks where they just came in together or just transitions extremely quickly. This one, it's a lot more doable, and the higher BPM also makes it a lot better for players. And we're gonna see, starting off very quickly on this pick, and we see Turkey with their unusual roster on number 4.
Yeah, not a surprise to me that the United States is starting off with a gimmick pick, especially with, again, everyone has been picking the gimmick first for a long time. It seems to be a very, very popular map for good reason. But the United States does have a really strong gimmick roster. They've had a very strong gimmick roster for years now. So this is definitely something you would expect the United States to comfortably get a point on. And so far the numbers are going to show that with about a 25,000 point lead for the US.
Usually Turkey has Sokolo playing for their gimmick picks or so, but seems like not going to be the case today. Fruko with a very early drop in the start parts, which this map, to me, it's actually easier to drop on a non-gimmick cards, especially the first 100 notes. The SP are kind of tricky to read, and that gives quite a bit of a lead to USA, and the accuracy for the rest of the players, very nice, 99% from USA. The highest combo count, 100 counts actually on 4 from Aurora, so really dominant first pick from USA.
Yeah, we're about halfway through the map, 50,000 points of a difference here. Fruko, the only person not holding that FC. So there's still instant to come back as we head into the last half of the map. But as I've said before, the United States, the Aurora finding a miss. I was about to say the US having a very strong gimmick roster. Neuro's going to trade that miss though with a few more, so is Magev. So that's actually going to give it away back to the US.
Yeah, that's basically it. Don't think we're going to see more than 3 mistakes from USA. So let Turkey take this back. Especially Neuro G's misses a lot bigger than both Magiev and Aurora, so that's going to be a very clean first point. We only have the non-gimmick cards left. Oh, there's a flashy notes, but apart from that, it's mostly non-gimmick. And I don't think the results can be changing that much. Yes, they're gonna take a very safe point, 100,000 points difference on the first pick. Really nice job from them, and a very clean pick, and I would say one of the best pick in the board.
We got wonderful scores from RJ and G Salad. RJ 3 100s, G Salad 6 100s. Aurora also with 3 100s, but finding that those 4 misses. Turkey struggling a little bit more, but still solid accuracies from Fruko and Magiev. Neural G struggling a little bit with the 10 miss count though.
Yeah, Neural G is also usually not known as a player who plays gimmick, so I'm kind of surprised he's in for this one. Honestly, usually it's Sokolo who played as a third player for Turkey. So a little bit of an unexpected roster from Turkey so far on this pick, but I don't think they expect to win. I don't think they expect to win that pick anyway. So they're gonna go for something that's more raw mechanics and finger strength, and on to more free Raidman and Luminites. I'm very certain that you are very familiar with this song.
Oh, I actually am. You know, the original. I mean, Freeman. That one person. I can't believe I'm forgetting their name right now. Man, what an old map. I mean, this is an old map. I'm so glad to see it brought back though. Freedman is probably one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, very hype songs. 276 BPM. This is the times 1.15, so it's not your usual 240 BPM. It's not usual 243 BPM. A lot quicker than that, and this one mostly focused on raw speed. However, there's definitely some bit of like tricky offhand patterns that have been making players to misread left and right. So you're not seeing way too many full combos for a normal free pick compared to other normal free picks in the previous edition of Taiko World Cup. So due to that, we might see this pick being similar to the last one, decided by who missed less. And the rest of the pick is actually quite rollable, and I would say that benefits Turkey for sure, as they do have some players who are really good at that. Rico with a very early break, though, unexpected miss, but after that, I don't think he will miss anymore.
Yeah, I spent a second playing this map on my own because it not being a furry background, I was like suspicious of whether N-Wolf actually mapped this or not. So I thought it was possibly just the original turned up 15%, but no, this is actually a really fun map. And I'm actually a single tapper. I've been a single tapper from day one, so I also look out for those people who are single tapping because it's a dying play style.
Oh, Fruko finding another chain of misses though. So the odd thing, it's not working out well for him so far. But you see some cross tap or single tap players such as Emoji, who still cross tapping this map. And talking about skills that fits the player, this is definitely the type of map that fits him. Look at his accuracy so far, really nice with a 99.8. But he's being cancelled by the rest of the United States player, everyone above 99.8. Well, Aurora drops the sting to one more 100s, now down to 99.7, but he's the lowest so far in the USA team. A really strong score from them so far.
Yeah, no, the United States performing ridiculously consistent, the lowest of a 99.8%. And Turkey also doing fantastic. Neural G matching G-Sal, actually matching the entirety of the United States now. Magiev above 99. Furko the only one struggling on the side of Turkey, and that's actually giving them that entire 47,000 point difference.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh no.
Actually, Mr. Neural G over there, it's probably gonna be giving USA basically at this point. We only have the last course so far. I was gonna say Fruko have a little bit of uncharacteristic miss so far throughout this match. I'm missing kind of on nothing on both maps, especially Furuko literally missed the first 30 notes. So I would say kind of unlucky situations, and maybe the nerves get to him a little bit. Haven't played the World Cup for 2 years, I do believe. Last time Turkey has a team was 2022. But yeah, giving them quite a bit of unfortunate miss early, even on easy parts, gives the win to USA. Very nice scores. Once again, everyone with an FC.
Yeah, Aurora 6100s, RJ 7, Cheese 8, sort of ordering themselves 6, 7, 8 100s each, and they're gonna go straight. The US is gonna go straight into Hidden 2 here, which is interesting because this Hidden 1, although Hidden 1 is has been banned many times, as it still Hidden always is, but Hidden 1 was banned by Turkey, so it does raise suspicions on their ability to play Hidden. Although that being said, many people familiar with the taiko scene know Hidden is sort of Furuko's bread and butter.
Oh, especially metal hidden as well. This is not metal though. This song is a lot more chill.
Yeah,
there'll be
true.
there'll be a lot more 116 second half, and I'll say that's basically the main challenge to speak outside of the reading some of the sessions. The SV it kind of actually helps you to read the map quite a little bit, and we do see a bit of a Turkish roster change. We're gonna see some more playing the first time in this World Cup on the Hidden 2 pick. Basically, the Hidden 2 filler for the team. And then Sokolo, as usual, playing the more weirder maps for the team. And we see their usual two speedish mechanics main roster swapping out Magif and Neuroji, definitely not an HD player at all. And they usually don't play Hidden at all, even in their free time. So not surprised that they're gonna be swapping out. But yeah, a bit
Yeah,
of a different roster for Turkey.
and then on the US, Miniature Lamb coming in for Cheese Salad here. Mini Lamb, a really powerful Hidden player for the US.
Yeah, he has won that HD single mod tournament, HD tournament. So definitely an extremely strong HD player. And that was Miniature Lamp a year ago, and he has only been improving since then. And finally, make the World Cup team once again, the second time, and he's gonna show up stronger and better. But for now, first miss from RJ, gonna give a bit of a lead from Turkey. We see Sokolo trading it back and dropping a lot of 100 on this pick. Kinda surprising. Some more as well. Now around 30,000 points difference in the lead for USA on, I would say, quote unquote, one of the easier parts of the map.
Scullo finding a miss now as well. Furuko now the only person left on Turkey FCing. Not only FCing, but holding the only double S in the lobby. As Zmore finds another miss, United States' lead is going to jump up to now about 75,000 to 80,000 points. It's going to be tough to come back, but you know, as streamy as this map is, it is possible for a no-lock to occur to give Turkey that opening that they need.
But not only that, the Turkish player need to hold on that stage is not consistent. That is picking up more falling on the drop, and Sokolo on 96.3%. And even without those misses, they still giving lead to advantage to USA. Lead has extended to 111,000 points different. And look at these accuracies so far from their players. RJ with a miss, still on 99.67. Miniature Lamb with 4 100s, and Aurora with 6, still gaining for this pick. Furuko only sent left for Turkey, and now they need a miss. Need a team break from USA on the 1-6 especially.
Yeah, Aurora and Mini are holding so strong, both of them almost matching each other's accuracies. Aurora finding one extra 100. RJ, though, with a fantastic accuracy, given that he accidentally found a little bit of a miss at the beginning. It's really going to be hard. I don't know if it's possible, especially as Zmore finds the miss for Turkey to come back from this.
1-6 session, and we see the one being claimed as a Turkish player. But Fruko is gonna close out with a double S. I don't think there's any hard part left on the map for Fruko to drop even a single 100. But his teammate is not there with him. It has been Turkey on HD picks mostly. They have Fruko. They don't have the rest of the players on the HD pick. It's going to be a very nice one for USA, picking into other teams' weakness. So good telling from them, and only one singular pick from LJ on the 100 combo mark.
But a silver double S from Fruko. Not a single act drop that entire map. Insane.
Yeah, one fun fact, Jai was facing Fruko in a scrim 2 days ago, and then they were literally having an SS battle on basically HD2, basically HD picks. So now Fruko finally does it with the double S on a HD2. Good job to him. But now we're gonna get back to more, I would say, more regular skill sets. Alright, what are we reckon to see?
They're gonna pick Hard Rock 1.
Yep. Nice pick, I would say.
Same idea with how the US picked Hide and Seek, because Hidden 1 was a Turkey ban. Hard Rock 2 was a American ban, and now they're picking Hard Rock 1. So it's gonna be interesting to see where exactly, or how exactly the US performed, especially because they're down Silver Tyrant. So is this the opportunity that they're looking for to pick up that point, if not more later on? But this could be Turkey's, on paper, it could be their best chance to pick up a point against the US.
Even though he is not here, the 4th player on Hard Rock for USA is still decent at this game. I would say Cheeseller is the 4th usually on Hard Rock. Or actually, but even though I would say Cheeseller, the player is still quite similar in terms of skill strength on Hard Rock picks, I do assume that he's still going to do quite a solid job on a map like this, especially the slower Hard Rock and not the speedier Hard Rock. There are definitely some speeds up at the final sessions, but that's not the main part about the map. The main part is acting on the offbeats, and Turkey's usually really good at Hard Rock skill set, despite not Fruko's absolutely main skill sets. The rest of the 2 players, Neuroji and Magiv, is fantastic at this mod. So a really nice pick for Turkey to counter back the HD pick. See how it turns out though.
Right off the bat, Turkey holding a very, very slight accuracy advantage. Maybe not anymore, as these scores are starting to flicker a little bit. We still got 2.5 minutes to go.
Magiev dropping quite a bit of 100s on those. Actually, not the 1-6, he drops quite a bit after the 1-6. And now, around 100 below both Shizalek and Aurora. But Fruko's double S is still, once again, the main player for Turkey, is doing really good job so far. After the early hiccups on both number 4 and the second pick, now he's just on fire with the double S. And LG actually dropping.
Oh, go ahead.
LG actually dropping a lot of 100s in this session in slowdown.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, actually, it looks like the people who are trading off the most 100s prior to that was RJ and Neural G. Kind of went back and forth with the 100s. Cheese Salad, though, and Magiv suffering the lowest accuracies in the lobby for their teams. And we're still at such a small lead here as we head into the last third of the map, because none of these 6 players have missed. It's all going to come down to how many finishers were hit and what is the accuracy on hitting so far.
There is one weird pattern of beats pattern coming up. No one gets tripped up by it. it's gonna be Fillmore 1-6 at the final part of the map. Could be the deciding factor, and it speeds up. Now USA with quite a bit of a lead as both Fruko and Magif dropping quite a bit of accuracy.
Yeah, in the middle there, Magif picked up a lot of accuracy right before this last Ki. That really contributed to that score gap getting as big as it is right now, but it's decreasing as we head into the last few moments of the map. And a really small score gap now that even we finished. Only 13,000 points, a 6-way FC.
What?
One of the few 6-way FCs we've seen this weekend. I mean,
Not
wow.
one of the few. I think this is the first one. I'm pretty sure this is the first.
I was thinking that as well. This is a wow, like it's a total accuracy difference between the two. I mean, that was crazy.
That's crazy between these both teams. And honestly, 3-way FC is a loss on round 16. That hurts a lot. But now, USA just picks, I would say, the third main pick they go for. This has been a really good play for USA so far. On to Prima on, and it's gonna be a 3-way hidden hard rock for USA, and Turkey is gonna be once again down by 2 hiddens because Miroji and Magif doesn't like playing HD at all. So it's gonna be Fruko with hidden hard rock, and then rest of the 2 with hard rock, going against 3-way hidden hard rock from Sok, Cheesealet, and Aurora. And we do see Sok starting in for the USA team, and he has been the HHL player for this entire tournament. He's gonna do it again on this pick, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, all 3 of the American players really well versed with the hidden hard rock. Aurora and Cheese pulling off amazing hidden hard rock scores the past few years that they've played. Zoc, not necessarily a new name, but one that hasn't played for at least a year or two. Definitely competing against Turkey, Neural G and Magiv only with a hard rock, so it's gonna be hard for Turkey to overcome this so long as the US doesn't fall victim to overmodding.
And the hard part of this map is actually the speed up in between the bridge of the final chorus and the first chorus. So speeds up with quite a bit of weirder ones. We saw a lot of misses from Indonesia 2 hours ago, so we might see the same difference, same outcome, I would say. So far, very nice accuracies from Aurora, especially 99.75 for Furco. Once again, only 100 so far, looking like to replicate some of his craziest performance throughout this match and repeat the pick again, possibly.
Yeah, all the Turkey players holding very strong. The lowest from Magdev, 98.9. So actually beating the American accuracies a little bit, but it doesn't matter because of how big that mod advantage is for them, having 2 mod advantage. So if there are no breaks and no major accuracy drops, we're just going to see that score difference continue to inch over to the left on the side of the US.
Yeah, and Turkey absolutely needs misses from USA in the hard session, which is coming up really soon. So we do see build up, and we're going to see SV speeds up, and here comes the hard part. We're going to see Weird 1-6 after this. Here it comes. Someone for change and nobody finds misses. It's gonna be one more. Oh, players finding FC still.
Are we gonna see the 6-way FC again? That's the question that we gotta answer as we head into the last quarter of the map. It's looking like it's gonna be a US sweep as that score differential approaches 100,000 points.
That's actually insane that you can get 100,000 points from just mod alone. And all 3 players on the US team are Steel FC with his Hidden Hard Rock. Bruco also on his own with his Hidden Hard Rock on 99.84, actually in absolutely fantastic accuracy. But the rest of the team without the Hidden Hard Rock mod is gonna let them lose this pick. Unfortunate situation for Turkey. Freeway FC and still gets beaten up on 3 mod 1 with Freeway HHR FC from the USA to close out the match.
The highest score here coming from Fruco, 4-100s here with Hidden Hard Rock, beating out all of the US players. But it wasn't enough. Neural G Magiv, they supplied him enough backup, but it wasn't enough only because of the mod advantage. If it was an even playing field, it would have been much more competitive. But looks like the US is going to take this match 5-0. Turkey showing, I mean, once again, we just saw two 6-way FCs. This is definitely, Turkey might have been swept, but this is not a team that you shouldn't be afraid of just because they got swept against the US. They're going to move on into the losers bracket, and they're going to continue to be a force to reckon with.
Yeah, especially they will be going against, in my opinion, one of the best team that win the match in the loser brackets this week, Thailand, in the loser bracket. So it's gonna be a hype one between Turkey and Thailand. That's next week's story. But once again, congratulations to the US team. Usually I talk about the US team, I will say that they kind of troll at some early stage, but looks like they are really removing the name this year. Two amazing match performers. I'm gonna say, like, honestly, impressive performance for these two matches. And they are ready flying up against Brazil next week in the winners bracket. And it's gonna be a hype one because it's the 5th seeded, closest seeding. So do not miss out that match. But we also have one more match that you should not miss out on. That will be starting on 33 minutes, which is going to be Mexico versus Switzerland. It's your country, Numanite. Your favorite.
It is. I will be. You know, I hope everyone in chat is okay with my voice. I'll be here for the Mexico-Switzerland match, and I'll also be here for the quarterfinals Maple Showcase. But you know, there's bittersweetness commentating Mexico. It is a losers bracket match, and they are statistically at a disadvantage against Switzerland. So it's gonna be a little bit tough for me to watch. Although, if they pull out a win, I probably will be one of the happiest people on the earth. So there's that stakes in it for me, at least.
Hey, I would say the entire team changed a lot, and they miss out a lot of their strong players, and I would say like reliable rosters such as EOG on HD as a captain, and he wasn't playing again this year, and some of the high ranked players as well. So hey, they still at least qualify. But yes, that's going to be our next match. Mexico against Switzerland. So do be stay tuned in 32 minutes. That's gonna be all from us for now. And we'll be seeing you guys around there. So cheers out.